You don't want it enough. Because if you wanted it enough, you would have it. Or you would be close. Or you would be making the steps necessary. And you would feel the progress coming in. You would feel those small goals getting achieved. Because if you truly worked every day, you got up, you did what you were supposed to do every single day, you don't think that you would have made at least this much progress? You don't think that you would have, achieved, more what other people are achieving, essentially? Think about it. Think about, just life in general. Think about the job you have. Think about the things you have currently. Are you good at a specific video game? Do you have a decent job? Do you have a shitty job? Do you have good relationships with people? That is because you had to try. And the biggest thing with me, when I was, in a depressive state, not getting anything done, I was seriously and sincerely trying my best on video games and things that didn't matter. Things that I thought I was, I had to relax or, whatever the excuse was to play that video game. But I put my effort into that video game, right? And a lot of you guys can relate to this because you are putting a lot of effort into these video games. Think about all the times you were playing a video game and you had to do something you didn't want to do over and over and over again, just so you can achieve a goal inside of that video game and progress further. Now think about all the things you don't want to do in real life and how you could hone that energy in like a magnifying glass, honing its light into one spot. Think about if you could do that with a business or your fitness, your health, your wellness, or developing a relationship with God, doing things to make your life better. Video games do not make your life better. All right. And let me give you a prime example of how video games they don't make your life better at all. Let's say you work every day, 16 hours a day. It's all you fucking do. You want to be a Twitch streamer. You want to be, a professional video game player. You want to make some money, good money playing video games. All right. So let's say, you grind every day. What are you going to do if you fail? Because you've developed fucking zero skills, real life skills. Oh, you know how to play video games. Who cares if you know how to play video games? How is that going to translate into something? It won't. Newsflash. Now, what if you got good at fighting? Or if you got good at, bodybuilding, health, whatever it is. If you got good at fighting and you fail, at least you can beat somebody's ass and protect yourself. Let's say you got good at bodybuilding and got big and you became in fantastic physical shape and you had the best health you've ever had. At least you know how to do that now. At least now you know how to build muscle efficiently. At least now you know how to, put your health in order. You know what to eat. You know when to eat it. You getting the point here? You're putting your energy into things that it's so weird. You're putting your energy into things that don't matter, but they matter so much to you. You get so excited to just, cancel out of life. You get so excited to just relax and do nothing. Let that sink in. And here's the issue with all this is because when you get excited to relax, play video games, do your thing. First of all, that gets old real quick. Right? You know how you're like, oh, there's no more fun video games. Or, you play a video game and it's fun for 2 days because it gets old real quick. Right? That's the first thing it does. The second thing it does is it takes all your time. And the reason why you're in that situation in the first place is because you're playing the video games. When you try and escape that, state of depression or whatever your negative emotion is, because you are feeling it. I know you are, and I'll give you the reasons after this. You are escaping those negative emotions, which are telling you you need to get your shit together. That is one reason why you're feeling those emotions, all right? Now, here's the thing with all this, and the point I'm getting at is everything in this world is basically teaching you and manipulating you to feel those negative emotions, for you to think the world is some shitty place. The news is constantly showing you war, famine, these people bombed a homeless shelter, whatever the fuck, you name it. It's always some bad shit. It's, that's always the headline. Here's the thing. You're constantly viewing stuff like that. You're constantly thinking the world is a shitty place. And then you think you don't owe anything to the world or the people around you. You think the world is never going to give you what you want. That's like the psychology. It's a complete psychological fucking just weapon. It's a weapon. All right, that's, But when you are controlled by this, when you let these people control you and you let them, put you down, you tend to not try. You tend to not care. That's the point of this video. You have to realize that there's a reason why you don't try and why you don't care. Because you're taught to not care. Because the world doesn't care about you. So why should you care about it? But in reality, you should care about your fucking self and the people around you. To sacrifice your time, yourself, for the people around you. That will give you the best fulfillment as a man. That's what you're here for. To sacrifice for other people. Instead, you're putting all your energy into smoking weed, into watching porn, into just basically escaping the reality in which you think is terrible. But you have to realize you have to shift your mindset. You have to completely paradigm shift. And then they teach you that depression's normal, anxiety's normal. It's some disease that you caught from the sky. So what is it, more rampant? Is it more contagious than ever? Why is more and more people depressed every day? Think about that. All right? Now, obviously, there was always depressed people, but people 100 years ago didn't have to fucking worry about depression because they realized it was just an emotion. And once you let your emotions control you, and you let external things control your emotions, all you are is a fucking puppet. You're getting controlled. You're just consuming. And then you want to escape. That is why you don't try. So, my friend, you have to completely shift your mind. You have to completely just fucking, I don't know how else to put this. You have to shift your mind. You have to shift your mind, and you have to start trying and putting effort in finding your passion. How do you find your passion? What makes you feel good when you do it? I'll name things that I feel good doing. I feel good sacrificing myself for other people. That's a very general term, right? That's how most people feel good. So what are you going to sacrifice to make people, to help people, make yourself feel good? Well, I'll sacrifice my time, my knowledge, and I'll give it to you, and you can apply it and appreciate it to make your life better. And if I see you constantly improving, and I see you getting better and using my knowledge, my sacrifices, that is what gives me insane fulfillment. It makes me happier than any fucking dollar, anything I've spent, anything I've got, anything. because it is purpose. And you can only find that by building a relationship with God. You have to get saved, and then you have to find your passion, and you have to pursue it. But you won't ever find it sitting on a couch, smoking weed, eating pizza, playing video games. Because when you escape from reality, you aren't learning anything. You aren't progressing. You aren't evolutionizing. Evolving. Evolving, not evolutionizing. And guess what humans are put here for? To evolve. Evolution. We're constantly evolving and learning new things. So why are you going to put a stop to that? That is what Satan wants, and you have to understand the spiritual battle. He wants to put a stop to everything, make you feel like shit. You know, now that you are in a lot of pain, you want everyone else to feel your pain, and you see somebody doing better than you, and you are pissed off that he's doing better than you, and you have to try and pull him down to your level so that you can feel good. I was fucking there. It is terrible. It is fucking terrible. And I'm trying to help you guys get out of that. I want to pull you out of that hole. Or at least help you. Because I can't just pull you out. You have to crawl, and I have to, lead you. Develop the steps. The holes, or whatever, however you want to picture it. I'm just helping you out of this motherfucker. You don't have to be rich and have all this money. You don't have to, basically whatever you think makes you happy, it is not what makes you fucking happy. What makes you happy is purpose. Complete purpose. Working. Doing the things you don't want to do, but you know you're supposed to do. Because that will produce natural hormones in your brain, and it will stabilize all the chemicals in your brain that you think you just have some imbalance. No, your life is just fucked. Your whole life is imbalanced. So your brain has no clue what the fuck. Because you've just taught it all these garbage things. You taught your brain. Here's another thing. You teach your brain how to run off carbohydrates as energy when you literally have fat stored on you to use for energy. So whenever you tap into that storage, your brain short circuits and doesn't even know what the fuck. Even though humans have been fasting for as long as we've been fucking here. And I'm cussing a lot because I'm really passionate about this. And I'm serious. And then, that is just the basic principle of this video. You have to completely shift your mind before you can even start trying in the first place. I'm not going to be one of those belligerent YouTubers that are going to be like, oh, well, you just have to try. I don't know what else to say, man. You just have to do it. Which is true. You're going to have to, that's the beginning. You're just going to have to do it. You're going to have to figure out ways to distract yourself and to just understand, okay, this is the dopamine that I need to be getting, not from all this other artificial source. And that's the bottom line. Even if you try 50%, 60%, 70%, you don't even have to try 100%. And you'll be so much better off than everybody else. You will have a good mindset. And like I said, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to have extravagant things. You just have to have purpose. You have to work towards something. It is the happiness of the pursuit, not the pursuit of happiness, which you guys are pursuing. With all these video games and weed and junk food. So just understand this. And everything in your life will improve. Your relationships, your health, your mental health, your confidence, your competence, your brain, the clearness of day of your brain. And I can go on through the health aspect of it, but that's a completely different topic. I'm talking about just the mindset paradigm shift to get that ball moving and rolling. All you are is just starting the momentum to get that ball rolling and rolling. You know the first thing I did to get my ball rolling? First of all, I had that paradigm shift. You know, I was like, okay, depression's not a disease. I'm just a dumbass. All right, I'm just an NPC. And that's basically what I realized. And the first thing I did was I made my bed every day no matter what. You have to win. You have to promise yourself something and do it. Basically, like I said, just doing it no matter what. And once you figure that out, and once you get there, life is just a blessing. It truly is just a fucking blessing. Develop your relationship with God. 10x your health. Everything else will 10x. Focus on your health. Focus on your mental health. Focus on your discipline. Those 3 things will just have everything sprout into a big, beautiful plant. You're just planting them seeds, getting that ball rolling, however you want to picture it. And everything will just compound, and you'll build it on top of a solid foundation. Because if you just try and cold turkey stop and just do everything all at once, you're putting too much on a shitty foundation, and it's going to crumble like a fucking crouton. It's that simple. Shift your mind, and everything will change. Take action. You guys have a blessed day. And I love each and every one of you guys that watches me. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.